in traffic at Green Meadows this morning. All right. Hello, everybody. Teaching this week on the idea of revelation. It was a Jewish holiday yesterday and Monday. And it's the holiday where the Torah, the stories of the Jewish people, the history, the laws, all the things are revealed to Moses at Mount Sinai. And so the sort of portal that opens up in that holiday in our awareness is revelation. And, it's such a ripe yoga topic because, what the teachings say and what's been really my experience throughout my studies of yoga and all the things that I study are that when you have that, aha moment, the revelation, that transformative experience where it's like, where something big shifts, to me, that it happens not because it's like new information, but it's like it wakes up something that's already inside of you, which is really what revelation is. It's something being revealed to you, right? It's not something being given to you or taught to you. It's something that's being revealed. And, in the yogic scriptures, it said, the teaching says that everything, right? Everything comes into being, us and nature and everything is created by this one divine consciousness that conceals itself in all of creation and sort of limits itself in a way into the myriad forms of creation, the oceans and the planets and the stars and the trees and us, and that there's sort of layers that of like a layering on top of, in a way, that conceals our essence. But the essence of all of that is just this one supreme energy. And so our yoga practice is a practice of revelation. It's not a practice of teaching. It's sort of like, when you hear that thing, when you have that aha moment, it's like something's being given language. Something that your heart always knew is just being given a language. It's being given a way to understand it or a way to contextualize it. And that's important. The context is important. The aha experience without that knowledge that perhaps you get from the scripture or from the class or the teacher or whatever, experience you're having. Those are important because the context gives it more meaning, and then it's a way of sort of continuing to dive in even deeper. But the idea with revelation is that, and this, the yogic idea of being concealed is that we have to dive deeper than those outer layers to find what's concealed within, And so really our whole practice, whether it's a kind of peeling back of the onion as we do in our bodies in our yoga practice. I once used that analogy, and it was Glenn who comes on the Sundays. Sometimes some of you come on Sundays with Glenn. I use the analogy of like peeling the onion, and he was like, "And you cry," and I was like, "Oh, that's such a good analogy," like the peeling back. And he's like, "And then you cry," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's very," because sometimes that happens, But anyway, the idea is, like these layers get peeled back, and the only way that happens, that we can sort of get to that deeper layer, is by emptying out of the stuff that we've crowded on top of it, that we've the surface level things, our thoughts and our emotions and the sort of external, infinitely changing world that we have to empty ourselves of so that we can touch into that infinite, ever-present, unchanging spirit within. And so in terms of our yoga practice, it's nothing new, but the emptying out of the extraneous thoughts. It's not that we need to be thoughtless or mindless, we don't want to be zombies walking around without, that's not the goal. But the idea is much of the thoughts, at least mine, the busyness that's going on is not relevant to the present moment, And so when we can release and let go of those thoughts, that stuff that's going on, it just allows that revelation. It's like we have to sort of get quiet enough to hear what's deeper within the inner voice, so to speak. And even in terms of our poses, 90% of what we do is the same thing. We do down dog. How many times have we done down dog? Like 1,000, a million? Probably, But it's not the same pose as we did 30 years ago. It's not the same pose we did 20 years ago. It's not even the same pose as we did last week, because we are in the, our bodies are ever changing. And so, so for the practice today, the invitation is to, to really listen to the pose. What does the pose have to teach you today? What does it have to say to you today? Not last week or last year or 10 years ago or whatever it was. What is revealing itself to you today? That is information that can be helpful and useful and can be brought into all the stuff that you're doing today. All right, those are the thoughts. Close your eyes, sit up nice and tall.
How do you shed?
Yeah, how do you let go of those?
How do you shed?
Shed.
Yeah, how do you
Like
shed?
let go of that stuff? I mean, it's all the practices, it's all the practices. Sometimes it's just a matter of like paying attention, because how often are we just going through the day and it's like, and we're just caught up in that. And sometimes it's as simple as just being like, oh, I don't have to think about that thing right now. That I can let go of that thing. I can just set it aside. And it's going to try to creep back. But this is why we practice. And we say practice, because you have to practice doing that for it to happen, So it's the conscious effort of coming to, there's always that like paradox of meditation or whatever, of the conscious effort that it takes to set it aside, but then also the sort of release and letting go. So there's tools you can use, Sometimes if your brain needs something to hold on to, use a mantra, a one word, whatever it is, that brings you deeper to yourself. Choose a word. If there's an image you can hold in your mind, use an image. If your mind needs something to come back to, use something. That's a good tool, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's then intentionally placing something in your mind that says, oh, this is where I want to place my awareness right now. And this is what's going to remind me to place my awareness in the highest right now. Lots of ways to do it. There's a couple. All right, close your eyes. Sit tall and breathe deep. And another way to do it is to just focus a little more on the exhale. The exhale is literally the letting go of the byproduct of our breath that we don't need. And so we can also perhaps attach on the exhale those things that are unnecessary for the moment, the thoughts. I wish it were as easy to let go of the emotions. Sometimes that's not as easy to do. But sometimes, hopefully, when we let go of the thoughts, the emotions that come along with those thoughts can follow, so we can find a more peaceful state. So if there is an image or a word that is helpful to you, you can think of inviting that awareness in on the in-breath. And on a long, slow exhale, a letting go of anything that is not that. And as you're emptying out, just empty out all that you think you know about your body, about yoga, about the poses, about your breath. And just open up to what is ripe to be revealed in this moment, whatever that might be. Just listen. Can't pour water into a full jug. When the mind is full, then there's not space for revelation to arise into. So we empty out and make that space. And then bring your hands together at your heart. Another thing you can do is ask for revelation. You can ask of the divine what it is that you need. And that can be in the form of a particular question, can be in the form of just opening up to what the universe thinks you need right now. But the more particular you are in your question, the clearer the answer will likely be. So as you set an intention for your practice this morning, be clear. And let's call that intention out to the universe in the form of our chant. Take a deep breath in. Bow your head to your heart. And then just release your hands down to the floor in front of you. Just fold over your legs. Creep your hands out in front of you. That's it. Keep your hips grounded, sit bones grounded. Yep, just like that. Just walk your arms out. Let your head and your neck soften. How deeply you go into this will be somewhat dictated by the openness of the hips and knees, so be gentle with yourself here. And then keeping your hips down low, walk yourself over to the right as far as you can. Keep your left hip down. And then walk back to center. And walk to the left. And walk back to center. And then walk all the way, walk as far to the right as you can. Walk your right hand even a little bit behind your hip maybe, and then peel open the left hand. So you're in a big side stretch, that's it. Your arm can be over your ear, your right elbow can be up or down. So same side bend we often come into, just coming in from the bottom up rather than the top down. Sometimes it's interesting to do that because it's something we do all the time, but we come in a different way, it reveals something different. All right, walk forward. All the way over to the left, maybe even behind the hip a little bit, and then sweep your right arm up and over into the side bend. Reach to your right fingertips, make a whole lot of space into the right side body. We're going to work with this idea of lengthening the side body and then to help us move deeper into some twisting today. All right, exhale, come forward and then roll over your legs, find your way into tabletop. Take a few cat and cow breaths here. The breath can be a teacher to us. Breath can give us a lot of information. about where we are, about how our body is moving in the world today. So open up to whatever the breath is revealing to you today, and let the breath lead the movement. So as you're inhaling, wait for the inhale to look up, and then wait for the exhale before you round your spine so that the breath is leading the movement. The breath is the teacher here. One more round. And then let's take it into a dynamic thread the needle. So inhale, sweep your right arm up, twist open as high as you can. And then reach under to the left. We're not gonna drop down yet. Just reach, reach, reach as far as you can. Then inhale, twist open, look up, push down into the left hand. Good, exhale, reach under, reach as far as you can. One more time. Open, get some movement into the middle, upper back, thoracic spine. Good. Then reach under and now land onto shoulder and ear. And then kick your left leg out to the left. And walk your left hand more overhead. So you're getting a little stretch into the back of the neck. Let your legs take some of the weight here. You don't want to dump the weight into your head, into your neck. So push down with your shoulder and your hand and your knee and your foot, and lift your hips up high. Take one more breath. Good. Exhale, drop your left knee down, push into your left hand, come back up. Inhale, sweep your left arm open to the left. Exhale, reach under to the right. Reach as far as you can. Inhale, twist open. That's it. Exhale, reach under. Reach, 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 reach. One more time, reach up, and then thread under. Left arm under the right arm. Kick your right leg over to the right. Walk your left hand overhead any amount more, rolling more towards the back of your head, a little stretch for the back of the neck, if that feels comfortable. If your neck feels compromised in any way, keep your weight in your shoulder and your hand. Your left shoulder in your right hand and your foot and your knee, so that the weight, again, is not dumping into your cervical spine, into your neck, but the muscles there are taking the weight. Take one more breath. And then drop your right knee, press to your right hand. Come on back up to your tabletop. Lengthen, go long between hands and knees, and then tuck your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. And then pedal out, feet, knees, shift the hips, however it is you like to move, just easing into dog. And again, come to that internal open space. An open mind, a beginner's mind that doesn't insist that it knows everything that's happening and just is open to what is being revealed today. All right, stretch your legs straight and narrow your stance. Bring your feet a little closer together. And then take your right leg up behind you. We're going to do some figure eights with that leg. So you can bend your knee, and as you exhale, sweep the knee across towards your left elbow, then over to the right elbow, way out to the right, up, around, and back. And then come across again. Sweep the knee forward to the left elbow. Right elbow, you can come sort of out to plank. Take the knee way out to the side, up, around, and back. Do one more big circle. Good. Pause with the hip open for a moment. And then step your foot up between your hands. Drop your back knee down. Actually, walk your hands inside your foot. We're going to just circle the hips a little. I think that's easier with the hands inside over to the left. So yeah, do a few hip circles here now. So still circling. Thigh bone in the hip socket, getting the other leg a little more involved, both hips involved here. That's it, just circling around. Shift the hips way out to the sides, as back as far as you're comfortable going. Shift forward into the front knee, get a little hip flexor stretch. All right, good. And then heel toe the foot a little bit more to center, slide your heel forward, fold over a straight leg. Yeah, you can put a blanket under your back knee or hands on blocks if this feels like too much of a stretch. So you don't want to feel pulling in the back of the knee at all here. If you dig your heel down, your right heel down, it'll unlock the back of the knee.
and fire up the calf muscle a little bit so we're not hyperextending the back of the knee. Then drag your right hip back a little bit. Tone your quadricep muscle, your right thigh muscle. And then fold over the leg and just take 2 long, slow exhales. Exhale breaths the exhale a little longer than the inhale, and just empty out. Good. Shift your weight forward. Lift your back knee up. Step back to dog. Hold here or come through a vinyasa. Good. Come to a narrow stance. Sweep your left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. All right, some figure eight. So it comes across the body, over to your right elbow, sweep it to the left elbow, then up, around, and back. Just like that. Big sweeping circles. Do one more. And then pause in your dog split with the hip open. And big step forward, outside the hands, drop your back knee. Circle your hips. So, the idea is not that we sort of forget what we know. We use that wisdom that has come from the thousands of dumb dogs or whatever other pose we're doing. But we don't let that crowd out what might be available to us to be revealed in the moment. So we affirm what we know, and yet we still stay open to transformation. Next time you're forward, heel toe the foot out in front, slide your heel out, lift your toes. Frame your foot with your hands or with your blocks if you're using blocks. Press your heel down. Just let the back of the knee feel soft. You never want to jam into the back of the knee. Fire up your calf muscle. Drag your left hip back and down. And then fold deeply. Lengthen your exhale. And on that exhale, release what is not relevant to the present moment. What is not just about the here and now. One more breath. Good. Shift forward, land your foot, lift your back knee, step back dog. Good. If you need a rest, hold in dog or take a rest in child's pose or else flow through vinyasa. Plank, chaturanga, back bend, and back to dog. All right. And then go with a wide stance in dog pose. So widen out your feet. And do a few dog squats, bending both knees together, pulling your hips back behind you, and then straightening your legs. Pulse in and out a few times with breath, creating a widening of the pelvis and opening up in the side body as the hips go back, a lengthening there, a widening in the pelvis, and then try to keep that sense of widening and expansion even as you're straightening your legs. One more. Good. Narrow your stance. Right foot between your hands. Warrior two legs, but we're going to go into warrior dog. So spin down your left heel and keep your right knee pointing straight ahead, but walk your hands on a diagonal to the upper left corner. Keep pressing the right knee wide to the right. That's it. And then your weight should stay in your feet here. So you're not transferring the weight into your hands so that your back heel might lift up. Keep your feet really grounded, but then walk your hands out even more. So you're creating a more length. Yes, for your spine. Yes, you guys. More length for the side body. Take one more breath here. Then walk your right hand inside the right leg. Hop your right forearm up onto your right thigh for Ardha Parshvakonasana. Good. As your elbow lands onto your thigh, push your elbow down so there's still a length in the right side body. Melt your left ribs down towards your right ribs. And then turn, take your right ribs forward and your left ribs back.
take your left arm over your ear. That's it. Straighten out the top arm so you're getting a nice length to the whole left side of your body. Yeah. And then just hold and breathe and listen. What wants to reveal itself to you in this pose, this moment? Exhale, release your hands down and step back into dog. Hold in dog or vinyasa if you wish. Put the other fan on for us. Then we're going to step up with the left foot, warrior two legs. Press your left knee right over your ankle. Walk your hands on a diagonal over to the right. Again, hips are pulling back behind. Your fingertips are light on the floor, but you're creeping your arms out in front. Making a whole lot of space from hips to ribs, from ribs to armpits. And into that space, filling up with just the present moment, opening to what is. Not what we want it to be or what we hope it to be or what we think it might be, but what it is. Walk your left hand in, hop your left forearm to your left thigh. Good. Push your elbow down onto your thigh. So there's a length in the left side. Melt your right ribs down towards your left ribs. And then turn your left ribs forward, right ribs back. Yep, sweep your arm over your ear. And then hold steady. Be here fully. Whether this is your favorite pose or not your favorite pose, whether this, each moment is our favorite moment or not, there's always something to be learned. There's always something we can open to and something to be revealed. Just open to it. Listen. Good. Step back down, face dog. Hold in your dog or vinyasa opportunity here. All right, dog split. Right leg up, hip open. We're going to go into this pulse, so a twisting pulse. What I want you to think about is keeping your shoulders and your arms really steady here so the movement is happening in the torso and in the hips. On your next exhale, take your right knee across to your left elbow in a plank. And then inhale, twist open and back. And if you need to do it with your left knee on the floor, you can do this with the left knee on the floor in a tabletop. Exhale, twist across, right knee, left elbow. Good, inhale, up and open. One more, and then this time, lift it as close to the knee as you can and then send the foot out to the side. Be on the pinky edge of your right foot. Good, shift your weight to your right hand, spin down your left heel, open up your left hand to the sky. Push down through your legs. Good, lift your hips up higher. Lift your tailbone up higher. Curl your left shoulder back. Okay, take your left hand down, sweep the leg all the way back and open, back to the twist, the dog split twist. Then step up into warrior two. Bend the right knee into a square. Line up your shoulders over your hips. I know for me, the easier poses, not that any pose is easy, but the easier poses is where the mind starts to drift off, right? So be here. Be in this pose, this moment. Take it into humble warrior. Lace your fingers together. Stretch your arms back behind you. Keep your right knee pressing wide. Bow inside the right leg. Arms to the sky. Lift your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Yep. Keep your right knee pressing to the right. You can let your head, your neck, your jaw soften. Yes, that's it. One more breath here. Exhale and release your hands. Step back into dog. If you need a break for a moment, take a break. If you want to move, take a vinyasa.
Dog twist. Dog split twist. Left leg up. Stabilize your shoulders, your arms. Exhale, sweep the knee across to your right elbow. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Open up. Exhale, twist. Knee to opposite elbow. Inhale, back up. Last one. Bring it as close to the elbow as you can, then shoot the leg out to the side. So underneath, that's it. Spin down your right heel. Come to your left hand, take your right arm up. Good, use your legs here. Push down into your feet, lift your hips. Curl your head and your shoulders back, beautiful. Exhale, right hand down. Sweep the left leg up and back again. And then step it all the way up into warrior two. And come on up. See that your feet landed where you wanted them to land. See that your left knee is pointing straight ahead, shoulders over hips. And then just hold steady and breathe. Hold your pose. Hold your mind here and now. Sweep your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, other pinky finger on top, and then bow forward again, humble warrior. So sometimes as the sensation in the pose grows, the tendency is to let the mind wander off. So we're dissociating from the sensation that's happening. So I'll invite you to just stay here, to breathe, to see what the sensation has to tell you. And if it's saying, get out, because something is too much, then listen to that. But if it's just saying, wow, this is hard, can you be there with the hard? Exhale, release your hands. Down face dog. Hold or flow as you wish. Then feet wide apart. We're going to walk back to squat. So walk hands to feet. Land into squat. You can land in high squat if your knees are happier here. You can land in low squat if that's a reasonable place for you to be. You can also put a block underneath your hips. Good. Snuggle your arms a little deeper in between your inner knees. Squeeze your legs in, broaden your collarbones, let your tailbone drop. And then drop your right hand. Take your left arm up to twist. You can always put the hand on the knee if the shoulder feels better that way. Stay here or bind around your right leg, so in front of the shin. Wrap your left hand behind. Yeah, go wider with your feet too, Karen. It'll be easier, I think, with feet a little wider too. Yep, there you go. Is that better? Slightly. Good. Inhale back to center. That's it. Good. Pause. Center yourself. Which hand is going down? Left hand. Yeah? Left hand down. Right arm twist open. Or hand to the knee. Stay here or wrap around for the bind. Wherever you are. Breathe into what's happening. Empty out of extraneous thoughts that are not here, not now, not this pose in this moment, and open to revelation. Inhale to center. Land your hands, fold, straighten your legs. Fold over Uttanasana. Parallel your feet if they're not there already. Lengthen your spine, come on all the way up, reach up and stretch up. Exhale, release your arms, take your feet to hip distance and parallel. Legs steady and strong. You might want to stagger with your neighbor, just to have a little room side to side. Sweep your arms up. Clasp your right wrist, lean left. Reach left. Good. Keep your glutes toning, your belly toning, but reach even more. Like you're really pulling your right arm over to the left. Inhale, come on up. Switch sides. Clasp the left wrist. Lean to the right. Tone your glutes. Tone your belly. Lean a little bit more. Reach a little bit more. Good. Inhale, come up. Reach up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, release your arms. Narrow your stance a little bit more if you've got your balance. If it feels wobbly, you can always stay a little wider, but we're going to go into chair and chair twist, and that's a little easier
for the twist with the feet closer together. Inhale, arms to the sky. Good. Exhale, hips back. Thigh bones and shins parallel to one another. Poke your butt back behind you. Good. Then tone your glutes, drop your tailbone down. Join your hands to your heart. Twist to your right. Left elbow can go to the inner left knee or the outer right knee. You can also take your right hand onto your right leg and snuggle that arm even farther towards the armpit, so you're in a little bit of a deeper twist. Now pull your left knee back and your left hip back a little bit, but at the same time, turn your belly and look up over the right shoulder. Stay here or open your arms out. Keep the elbow hooked around the knee if you're opening the arms, if you can. Good. Inhale to center. Reach up, stretch up. Just give the legs a break for a second. Exhale, chair. Hips back. Hands to heart. Big breath in. Lengthen from hips to armpits. Make the space. Then twist. Left. If you want to use your left hand to help snuggle the right arm a little farther up onto the leg, a little closer to the armpit, you can do that. Then pull your right knee back, right hip back. Turn your belly more to the left. Push the left hand down. Yep, open the hands if you like. 2 more breaths to just wring out, empty out. Twisting is about releasing toxins, wringing out like you wring out a washcloth from the organs inside. All right, inhale, center. Reach up, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. And make your way into dog pose from wherever you are on your mat. Walk forward, walk back. Inhale, step your right foot up between your hands. Spin down your left heel. We're coming to full Parsvakonasana now. So right hand outside the right foot on the floor or on a block. Of course, you can always come back to here if that's a better situation for you. Yeah, right hand up to the pinky side of the foot. Good. Press your right knee wide. Firm your left leg. Same thing we did in the half variation. Melt the top ribs down. Turn your belly from right to left. Sweep your arm over your ear. As we open more, as there's more spaciousness inside, we make space for revelation inside, we just stay open and we listen. Stay open and listen. Open to Trikonasana. Straighten out your right leg. Open your left arm to the sky. Your right hand can stay on the floor or on a block or can hop up onto your leg, of course. And then take a moment to make it a little more of a twist from right to left. Yes. One more breath. Exhale, release your left hand down, yeah, and then walk between your feet and fold to Prasarita Padottanasana. Parallel your feet. Fold to center. Let the steadiness, the firmness of your leg muscles create a widening and an opening in the pelvis so that then the spine can just soften and release. From the pelvis, now stretch the crown of your head down towards the floor so the spine is lengthening. Then walk both hands to the right. Hold the outer right leg with both hands. Keep your left hip pressing to the left. Pull your torso to the right so that you're getting a big side body stretch in the left side. And then from here, like a flower blossoming, we're just going to lean back and open to twist. So lean back into your right hand. Let your left arm sweep to the sky. Yeah. Yeah, so you're in a twist. That's it. You lean back. Take your weight into your right hand, holding your left hand holding your right leg, left arm to the sky. Good. Exhale, release your hands. Walk back to the front of your mat and back to dog. All right, we'll do the other side on the other side. We just did one side. All right, hold or flow. Left foot to warrior 2. No, Parsvakonasana. Warrior 2, Parsvakonasana legs, but left hand on the floor or a block to the pinky side of your left foot. That's it. Have the knee right over the ankle. Turn your belly from left to right. Sweep your arm over your ear. See if you can have the sense of melting your top ribs down towards your bottom ribs. So there's still a spaciousness, even though the left side body is pretty contracted here. Let it be as open as it can be. Okay, open the arm to the sky, stretch your legs straight. Left leg, both legs straight. Yep, open the right arm to the sky for Trikonasana. Again, make it a little bit more of a twist. Keep your hips steady from your pelvis, root down through your legs into your feet, and then turn your belly a little more from left to right. Exhale, walk between your feet. Parallel your feet, Prasarita Padottanasana again. The legs stay nice and strong from your pelvis down through your legs. Nothing's moving, but we'll walk the upper body to the left, holding the outer left leg with both hands. So a side bend first. Then lean back into your right hand. Extend the crown of your head forward so there's a length to the spine, and then take your top arm to the sky. Yeah. That should be your left arm. Yeah. Left arm to the sky. Left arm. Yeah. Lean back into your right hand. So take your torso back a little bit and then make it more of a rotation around the spine. Yes. Nice, you guys. All right. One more breath here. And exhale and release. Walk back to the top of your mat, back to downward facing dog. Hold or flow. Okay, right foot into warrior one now. Right foot forward, left heel down. Turn your hips to face front. So wrap your left hip around. So the hip points are like the headlights of the car. They're both pointing straight ahead. Right knee is bending. Take your left arm in front of you. Good. Pull your right hip back a little bit. Reach forward with your left hand. Not so much that you're twisted, but just so that everything is squared to the front. Then inhale, left arm up, right arm up. Good. Pull your right heel to your right sit bone to sit a little deeper into the right knee as you take your shoulders and your head back, reaching back. Hold steady and breathe. What does this pose have to teach you? What does it have to reveal to you today? Exhale and release your hands down by your side. Step in with your back foot. Take a one footprint in. Hips still squaring to the front. Hinge from your hips with the spine long to Parsvottanasana. So keep your spine long for as long as you can. It's going to want to round. Try to keep it long. So chest forward, neck long. Looking forward slightly, bringing your belly towards your thigh. Take another breath. Exhale, release your hands. Let your head release towards your knee. Lengthen your spine, push to your feet, come on back up. We're going to come into Parivrtta revolved triangle pose now. For this one, so we say like fold over the front leg in this pose, which you kind of do. If your stance was narrower, you're folding more over the leg. If your stance is wider, like mine is, it's more comfortable for me that way. I'm sort of folding between the legs. So as we come to Parivrtta Trikonasana, we're going to reach out with the left hand and then cross over for the twist, okay? So right leg is forward, reach out through your left hand, come forward, long spine, long spine, long spine, long spine. And then let your hand land, can go onto a block, outside your right foot. Pull your right hip back, extend the length of your spine, the sides of your waist. Extend from hips to armpits, twist to the right, take your right arm to the sky. Yes, nice. That's it. Take one more breath, especially into the right side body. Pull the right hip back, take the right shoulder back. Lovely. Exhale and release. Step back to dog. Yes, well done. Very good. It's not that it's wrong if we do it another way. It's just we get the most benefit of the twist if we keep the spine on long. Okie dokie. Left foot to warrior one. Wrap your right hip to face forward. Bend your left knee. Reach your right arm out in front of you. Good. Keep pulling your left hip back as you bend the left knee and reach forward with the right arm a little bit more. So it's like your torso is now facing straight ahead, then right arm up, left arm up. See if that feels any different to you than your usual warrior one, whatever that is. Pull your left heel to your left sit bone, sit any amount deeper. And then just be here fully. Hold the pose, hold your mind in the pose, emptying out of anything that is blocking you from revelation. One more breath. Good, release your hands, straighten your front leg, step in a footprint. Parsvottanasana, we'll go in with hands on hips. Long spine, shoulders back, hinge. Come forward with a long spine. Think belly to thigh, not head to knee, at least to start. And when you need to, hands to the floor, head to the knee, or between the knees. So for me, it goes inside the knee. Close your eyes, turn inside, listen. There's a Rumi quote that says, "It's not your task to seek for love, but simply to turn inside and seek all the barriers that you have put up against it." And that's what we're doing. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Come on up. Keep your legs. Yep, come all the way up to stand. Keep your legs. Parivrtta Trikonasana. So left hand on the left hip, right arm in front. Reach forward and out as you're coming over that leg. Yeah. Forward and out. Your hand can land inside the foot if you need to. Classically, we go outside the foot. Then left hand on the left hip, pull your left hip back, lengthen the left side body, turn to the left. Hand can stay on the hip or left arm to the sky. Imagine your spine is the steering column and your ribs are the steering wheel, rotating around. One more breath. Wring out, twist out, let go. Exhale and release. Good. Step back to down dog. Down dog. Good. Hold in your dog. Rest if you need to. Flow if you like. All right. We're going to come back into Warrior One. You may want to block for this next, we're just doing a couple of poses, but you may want to have a block in front of you, so that might be a helpful thing to have there. So we're going to go back into Warrior One, right foot forward. And then we're going to reach out into Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, so that's where the block may come in handy. Okay, Warrior One, arms up. See if you can create the same action in your using the muscles of your torso, the muscles of your hips to create that same squaring that we did, reaching forward with the left hand. Okay, then we're going to shift forward into the into the right foot. You can go right hand on your right hip. And I want you to get that reach out first. So reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. So much length. And then shift forward, hand to the block or to the floor. Left thigh parallel to the floor. Left toe is pointing down, so the inner thigh is rolling up. Now, don't let your left hip dip down. Lift your left thigh like crazy. Twist your body, your upper body to the right. Stretch your right arm to the sky. Keep your left leg lifting up. Yep. Left hip in line with the right hip. So Cynthia, your hip's a little high. You can actually go a little low. Yeah, like that. And then twist a little bit more. Yeah, you want the hips level with each other. Yeah, like that, like that. One more breath. Good. Big step back. Down face dog. So the idea is that the hips are level. One is not higher than the other, and that, depends upon, where if there's tightness in the hips or tightness in the thoracic spine, where that hip goes. All right, we're going left foot forward. We'll start in Warrior One. Find your pose. Use all that's been revealed to you in the past, but stay open to new revelation. That's the practice. Take your left hand to your left hip. Reach forward with your right arm. So go way out. Lengthen the whole right side body. Come up on the tiptoes of the right foot and then land your right hand right underneath your shoulder.
Good. Right toes are pointing down. Left hip is pulling back. Twist to the left. Keep your right thigh lifting up. Turn to the left. You can go left arm to the sky, or you can keep the hand on the hip if that's a better spot for your shoulder. Good. Then expand down to the earth. Back through your back leg. Forward through your spine. Rotate with this last exhale. And then release. Somehow you got to Ardha Chandrasana, Pala, not you did on the other side. Did you do the same one on the other side? Okay, back to dog. All right, drop down to your knees. Okay, that was a lot of standing poses today, huh? All right, going to the floor. Take 2 blocks, one here and one here. One at the top, one at the bottom. We're going to do a upside down pigeon, and this is just a little support for that. So your right heel will go on the block at the front of your mat. Your head, you could use a blanket underneath your head. If you don't want to use the block, that's fine. And then you're going to go left foot across the body. So a pigeon leg like this. You're going to try to keep your ankle straight. And you're going to pull your your left foot towards your right shoulder. So across the body. Yes. There you go. Then, so you can stay there for a couple of breaths. Flex your foot so your ankle's nice and straight and your toes are active. Your left foot toes, right foot too, but more important on the left foot. Okay, and then if you're getting a big stretch here, you can just hang out here and breathe. If you want to take it a little deeper, you can scoop your forearms around your shin underneath and pull the right foot in closer. Or you can go into the full cradle, foot into the crook of the elbow, knee into the crook of the other elbow. And you could even do a mermaid variation here if you like, any option. Keep your right leg stretching long. Your left knee is pressing away from your left shoulder. Your right heel is pulling towards your right shoulder. Take one more breath. All right, good. And then release your foot. Kick your block over to the left. Left heel on the block. Right leg up. Hold your foot. I like to hold with both hands. Draw the heel across, your right heel, towards your left shoulder. Press your left knee away from your your right knee away from your right shoulder. Extend your left leg long. Stay there or cradle or scoop. So forearms underneath the shin or heel into the crook of the elbow, knee into the crook of the elbow. You may or may not be able to do the same thing on this side as you did on the other, but keep it as close as you can. As the stretch and sensation in the hip builds, unlock your jaw, soften your face, empty out of preconceived notions about the pose and your hips and your knees, and just listen. And maybe it's that you come out of it usually because it's intense, or maybe it's that you don't go into that intensity because you're afraid of it. Just be here and see where the pose can take you, right here. One more breath. Okay, release that foot. You can take your head off the block, although we're going to do some abdominals, so if you want to keep the block there for your head, you can always do that. That's a nice support option. Okay, squeeze your legs together, pull your knees into your chest, so much so that your hips almost lift off the floor a little bit. We're going to go into a twisting abdominal exercise. So as you exhale, curl your head and shoulders up, and then reach your right arm outside your left leg as if you were trying to touch the pinky toe of your left foot. And then inhale and come back to center. And same side again, we're going to just stay on the same side. Exhale, reach across, right arm to left foot. Inhale. Exhale, reach across, right arm to left foot. Yes. Inhale to center. A couple more. Squeeze your knees in, lift your hips, reach for your toes. Inhale. Last 2. Inhale and lower. Good. Last 1. Think of bringing your knee to your armpit as you're reaching for your foot. Good. Inhale back to center. Rest your feet. Let your knees rest together for a moment. Let your elbows splay open. Just take a little stretch for the upper chest. Yeah, windshield wiper if that's something that needs to happen. Second side, knees up, squeeze your legs. Pull your knees in as close as you can. Exhale, curl up, reach across. Left hand towards the right foot, knees towards the left armpit. Inhale to center. Exhale, lift and twist. Reach across. Inhale to center. Just like that. Exhale, lift and reach across. Yep. You can have your right hand behind your head for the whole time so that your neck feels supported. Last 3. Squeeze everything off the floor and reach. Hips up, shoulders up. Last 2. Reach. Last 1. Good. Back to center. Release your head and release your feet. Breathe deeply. So take a big expansive breath into your belly, just stretching out those abdominal muscles that just did a big contract. Use the breath to help stretch them. And then find your way to your side. Come up to seated. All right. Parsvabhakasana, twisted crow pose, is the final big pose of the day. So do we know this? Do you need the view first? All right, let's look at it first. So big twist. I'm going to do this side lean so that I'm creating all of this space here. And then the key is to get the elbow as high up onto the leg as you can. So you can use this hand to sort of snuggle it in even closer. The higher up you are on the arm, the easier it's going to be. Classical pose. Hands land out wide like this so that as you lift up and lean forward, your elbows come right over your wrists. Grip your fingers. Squeeze your feet. That's the pose. Now, you can also, it's a deeper twist, but makes the balance a little bit easier. This elbow can go into this hip. So instead of being on one elbow like that, you're on both elbows. You can try it that way too. Squeeze your feet. And maybe you're just lifting up your top foot. Now, you got to lean forward. If the leaning forward feels scary, put a crash pad in front of you, pillow, blanket, something, because it is conceivable that you could fall on your face. That happens sometimes. And if that feels like something you do not want to do, yeah, then you, yeah, modification, exactly. You can just be here. Just be in the twist, right? Knees forward, walking the arms out. You still get a really nice twist, opening for the ankles. Yeah. So if you're coming into it, knees together, yep, walk outside, plant your left hand, plant your right hand, shift your hips up high, shift your elbows over your wrists, grip your fingers. That's it. Squeeze your legs. Nice, Cynthia. That's it. Yep. Yeah, don't skip it if you need to. Do the forward one. Eugenia does the forward one. You can always do a regular crow if that's a better option for you. Yeah, it's a big twist. It's a big twist. The balance is a little easier in this pose, but the twist is a big twist. Yeah, Bhima, try to get your knee up higher above your elbow. So lift your butt up, like lift your hips up. So yeah, like you're up higher on your arm, and then your arm is like a little shelf. All right, did we do the other side? Do the other side too. Try the other side. Yeah, that's it, Lana, like that. Yeah, that's it. Get up as high as you can. So as close as you can tuck in like a little yoga ball. Yeah. Crash pad is good. Lean out, elbows over wrists, grip your fingers, squeeze your feet. Yeah, that's it, Talia. Yeah, keep lifting your feet now, just look forward a little bit. That's it. Yeah, so that's a way to do it. You can put your, but that's a good way to do it, you know? For crow, for twisted crow. You can go head down, you know, as long as your neck isn't compromised. You don't want to obviously like land onto your neck if you feel like you're going to land in an uncontrolled way and tweak out your neck. Like, don't do this version. But if it's just a matter of like, oh my God, I'm afraid and I don't want to get my feet up, you know, you can go here, put your head down, get your feet up, and then work to just lift your head up. Right? And sometimes that's a less scary way of coming into it if you're intentionally putting your head down first. Okie dokie, my inversion thought for the day was shoulder stand. So 2 blankets for shoulder stand, please. I'm gonna be a little insistent about that to keep the curve in your neck so we're not compromising the cervical spine at all. Now, that said, if you have a compromised cervical spine, if you have headaches, glaucoma, if you are on your moon cycle and you don't want to go upside down, this pose is not for you. I'll show you what to do next, but I'm going to show this setup first. So
2 blankets. If you know what you're doing and you're there, just go for it. That's fine. I'll show you the modification in a minute, but I'll show you this setup first. So 2 blankets, head on the floor, shoulders on the blankets. Head on the floor, shoulders on the blankets. I'm going to say it one more time. Head on the floor, shoulders on the blankets. That's how we keep the curve in the neck, and that's how our neck and the cervical, that's how it becomes shoulder stand and not neck stand. And then the weight is on the shoulders. And then the legs swing over. I like to lace my fingers together to squeeze my arms in, then hands to the back. Or you can keep your hands down, like if you're working a more, deeper version, could do that. Then hands to the back, legs up, weight is on the shoulders. Now, if that's just not the right pose for you, and I put that pose in the category of not for everyone, it's definitely not, then you could do the modified version where you bridge, hips on a block, shoulders underneath, legs to the sky. Either one of those is a very nice inverted moment. If you need help, call me over. If you're not sure what you're doing, call me over. Yeah. Bima, you can put the block under your hips if you like and then go legs up. Like prop up a little bit so you get a little bit of elevation. Yeah, there you go. Good. If you're in your shoulder stand, work to snuggle your elbows in closer to each other. Yeah. Keep a space between chest and chin. Yeah, that's it. Imagine you're like holding an orange there. And that's going to keep, again, some spaciousness for the neck. Bring your weight more into the back of your arms. Your head, your neck should feel light on the floor. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, close your eyes. Turn inwards and listen. What does going upside down have to teach you? What does this view of the world, have to teach you? Just listen. As you feel ready, you can let your legs come overhead. Release your arms behind you. You can let the arms and the abdominals be the brakes and just slowly roll yourself down. If you have a block under the hips, lift your hips. Slide the block to the side. Yeah, and just pause for a moment. Don't come up too quick. All right, and then roll to your side. Now come up. All right, we're gonna set up for a little restorative. So open up one of your blankets and make a long roll like this. And just set it next to you for now. We're gonna do 1 or 2 things before we use it, but then you've got it and you don't have to, yeah. So open it up one time, that's it, and then make a long roll. Yes. Good, and then just set it next to you where you can reach it. And come lay back down onto your back. Actually, come down onto your elbows. Let's do counter pose for shoulder stand, Matsyasana. So come onto your elbows. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Yeah. Make one strong mermaid leg. And then push your elbows down. Expand up through your chest. You might stay here, or you might walk your elbows towards your hips and take the crown of your head to the floor. So chest is lifting up. There's a big curve in your spine. Big space between chest and chin, just opening up the neck. And if there's another variation that you like, of course, you can do that. Keep your legs working. And just like when we did the thread the needle, push your head down, your elbows down, so the head and neck, the spine is not taking the weight of your head. All right. To come out, press into your elbows, look up towards your feet, and then roll back down onto your back. Yeah. All right. And then let's just do, actually we're just gonna come into it. So grab your blanket roll, and you're gonna take it around the top of your ankles. Yeah. Then you're gonna let your knees open into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, and let your thighs and your ankles rest onto the blanket roll, so they're supported. If this is not enough support, you can always put blocks under your knees. Pull your heels in towards your butt as close as you can. Let yourself settle right where you are. Let your knees get heavy. Let your shoulders get heavy. There's probably a little curve in your low back. That's fine. That lumbar curve is good, but let your belly feel heavy on that curve so your spine is releasing down. If you want a little more stretch for your chest, you can go into cactus arms or just take your arms out a little farther from the body. Focus on some long, slow exhales. Let go of any thoughts that are not about your practice, this moment, where you are here and now. Let yourself feel, come into the somatic experience of the pose. Feel your body where it is. Open space for revelation. Open to the possibility of revelation. Open to the idea that the answers that you are seeking are right there inside of you, that you have them all. But it does require your time and your attention. If you'd like to stay here for the rest of practice, you can stay. If you'd be more comfortable, you can untuck your legs from underneath and just lay your knees over the blanket. Stretch your legs out straight. Give yourself over to the pose, to your breath, to your heart, to your wisdom. Gently now, let your breath deepen. Perhaps take a moment before moving and stretching in this place of quiet and stillness and calm to just listen a little more deeply. And as you're ready, find your way to your side, all the way back to seated. We talk about the ancient texts. Question is not as important, at least to me, whether Moses actually received the entire Torah on Mount Sinai or whether Shiva transmitted the entire Shiva Sutras to a fish in a river and became a sage. The question for us as modern yogis is, are we taking the time for our own revelation? Are we looking to the ancient texts for the wisdom that is held there, but internalizing it in a way that it serves us in our modern lives, that it serves us to be our best self, that it connects us into that essence self of highest consciousness? Bring your hands together at your heart. You continue to be open to whatever the day will reveal, big or small. And with a sense of reverence for yourself, for each other, for this practice, let's close together with an Om. Deep breath in. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great week.